Yo, what's up everyone? I almost started doing someone else's YouTube intro. Let's not do that. I wanted to watch this video for a while as it's been popping up in my recommendations. It's like a full-on tech demo for Unreal Engine 5.2 now. The older tech demos I've seen where they showed off a bunch of really cool shit. Unfortunately, I didn't react to it because that was before I had this channel running. We're gonna react to this one though, because last time I had my mind blown. It's actually really sad that I didn't record a reaction for it, but I'm hoping this time I'm actually gonna watch it and my mind is gonna be just as blown. Let's hope. Let's just see it. Let's just see it.
Thanks, Tim. And hi, everyone. I'm excited to get to show you some of the new experimental features we've been working on for Unreal Engine 5.2. Take a look.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, don't question my hair. I know I look like a cartoon witch. Don't have a cauldron with me, which makes it a little better. I am just out of the shower and I really can't be bothered to do anything, okay? I'm looking a little silly right now. It is what it is.
All right, so last year, we added several new features to the engine to support foliage rendering. And the Fortnite team used those features to ship Battle Royale Chapter 4. At the same time, Jacob over there and the team at Quixel we're experimenting with what's possible for photoreal foliage environments, as well as testing out the latest functionality.
Okay, wait. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm watching in low quality. Ugh, my bad, guys.
At the same time, Jacob over there and the team at Quixel we're experimenting with what's possible for photoreal foliage environments, as well as testing out the latest functionality that we've been building.
I don't know if y'all went through this, but when I first booted up Arc on my laptop a couple years ago now, quite a lot of years ago, I looked at the grass there and I was like, holy shit, this looks better than real life. We can't go better. It can't get better than this. And then this comes out.
So Jacob's here with us today.
And I don't even know if this is like, at this point, the limit is my monitor and the 1080p quality on YouTube. Like, you have to watch this in 4K on a fucking massive screen to be able to tell the difference.
Let's explore the environment. And what better way to do that than off-roading? And what better way to off-road than in a
with a physics simulation? Yes, please.
Off-roading. And what better way to off-road than in a Rivian R1T? Now Rivian uses
so since this is an Unreal tech demo, I am guessing that this is real-time rendered.
Unreal to power their instrument cluster, including 3D visualization of their vehicle.
Fuck, look at those reflections. Holy shit, this is gonna be in the video games that we play on our fucking computers a couple years later. Can you imagine that shit?
Them to bring the R1T to life in this experience. Let's head on out.
This looks like holy shit, this is real life.
Jacob?
Sure thing, on my way.
All right. So, we're building tools for interactive.
Yeah, this is a real time. Okay, yeah, it is real time. That makes sense. So obviously, I mean, it's a fucking game engine. Holy fuck!
And dynamic
the guys that are working on this are actually infinitely smart.
World. So here we have chaos physics simulating rocks that tumble as we drive over them. Leaves bend out of the way, and we also
look at those.
Fluid
Look at those!
Leaves bend out of the way. And
holy shit!
And we also added some real-time
that little rock right there.
Fluid simulation.
Sorry?
Over them.
Excuse me?
Leaves bend out of the way. And we also added some real-time fluid simulation.
Fuck. Bro, this shit is wild. Real-time fluid simulations. They take so long to render.
We worked with the team at Rivian to set up Unreal's chaos.
How is this not a camera strapped to a real car?
Vehicle model to simulate the suspension of the truck and how the electric motors drive each individual wheel. Chaos also simulates how the tires compress and deform, and Meta Sounds enabled the team to precisely resynthesize the sounds of the electric motors.
Yeah, I bet the audio is really fucking good as well.
With the ambisonics of the jungle.
Holy fuck!
Rivian provided us with a highly detailed model of the truck. About 71
I love when they enable this mode. The YouTube compression really don't like it. This looks I'm seeing like 2 bits on the entire screen, but
that we're able to render in real.
Yeah, like see that like the whole thing flickers because of the horrible bit rate, but
real time.
I still like being able to see the polygons.
Thanks to nanite.
It just makes me feel smart when I'm looking at it.
Now the Rivian not only looks incredibly realistic because of lumen and nanite, but also its materials.
I love that, by the way, that when they're moving the camera around, you can see the polygon count increasing in real time to
render in real time thanks to
when
nanite.
you get closer to the object.
Now the Rivian not only looks incredibly
further
realistic
away.
because of lumen and nanite.
Like see how that door suddenly just became worse quality, but visually, obviously, it's gonna look identical while you're moving around.
We're introducing Substrate, our new material framework.
Let's see it. So that was just a demo of what's already been added, I'm guessing, like the previous stuff, because nobody was cheering for it. And I'm not been keeping fully up to date with it, which is why all of this is crazy to me. Oh.
Better demonstrate it, let's swap the paint out for opal. Now, of course, you can't order a Rivian with opal body panels, but opal was the internal code name for this project, and also a really great demonstration of Substrate's capabilities. The base layer models the iridescence, refraction, and reflections that occur inside of an opal.
That is wild.
That is a layer.
It actually looks like real life, man.
The polished surface and how light is absorbed as it travels through that clear layer of varying depths.
What the fuck?
And now we can add back on the dust and dirt layers. And notice how the reflection changes when interacting.
No.
Dust and dirt layers. And notice how the reflection changes when interacting with the dust layer, and that there are no artifacts along the reflection. And now we can add back on the dust and dirt layers.
Holy shit.
And notice how the reflection changes when interacting with the dust layer, and that there are no artifacts along the transition from dirt to dust to opal.
I mean, the craziest thing about this is once the average consumer computer is good enough, or like, you know, PS5s or Xboxes or whatever is the default system you're supposed to use to play games, game devs will be able to save so much time. They'll be able to use all these inbuilt lighting systems and solutions and all of that shit. They won't have to manually map any of it. This is all just real-time simulation. That's fucking crazy. Like, imagine how much time that will save. You'll be able to make things that look this good as pretty much an indie fucking dev some years down the line.
So Substrate is more expressive, enabling artists to create materials like this with different shading models and compose and layer those materials as they see fit. All right, let's head on out, Jacob.
On my way.
In terms of performance,
yeah, look, you can see, I just noticed that the guy in the bottom right, yeah, right there, he's playing this thing with a controller real time.
That are similar to the current Unreal Engine shading model cost about the same. But now, artists...
Sorry?
On my way.
I missed what you said because I was too busy agreeing with myself.
Substrate materials that are similar to the current Unreal Engine shading model cost about the same.
Okay,
but
okay.
Now, artists have the freedom to author more complex materials for extremely detailed use cases, like in cinematics and in film.
Right, yeah, cutscenes and whatnot.
So we're going to drive under this fallen tree here, and everything that you've seen up to this point was painstakingly hand-built by the environment team at Quixel.
Yeah, I mean, it looks fucking crazy. There's someone... See, there's a reason games don't look like this yet, and it's because of the amount of work it takes to build the environment. Like, the engine is there to make it all work, but... Jesus fucking Christ, if somebody actually goes and makes a whole-scale 50-hour game that looks like this, I mean... The fucking tech is going to be outdated with how much time it takes. Yeah, see, here's my thought, right? With how much time it would take to make an environment look this good for a full-scale game, by the time you get it done, Unreal Engine 6 is going to be fucking out, and then you wasted your time because turns out with some new feature in that engine, you would have been able to do all of this twice faster, and actually you're using outdated systems now. So it doesn't make sense to go this hard on something... on a bigger project.
That fallen tree has been built using our brand new experimental suite of procedural content generation tools. And
There is no fucking way. I take everything I said back.
Entirely an engine that are flexible, deterministic, and artist-driven. Our guiding principle in building these systems was to empower artists to make tools for artists. So Jacob's going to go ahead and add a...
This was not made by a person. It was made with assistance of a person guiding the fucking procedural generation. Holy shit! This is Minecraft 2.0 right here.
Procedural assembly to the world. And the cool thing is that it communicates...
What?
To make tools for...
Go back.
So Jacob's going to go ahead and add a procedural assembly to the world. And the cool thing is that it communicates...
What the fuck? Yeah. I'm with the crowd on this one.
Yeah.
That is
Pretty cool.
fucking wild. Even the guy's like, yeah, pretty cool. Yeah. He knows what he's showing off is fucking insane.
Other nearby procedural elements in the scene, like the creek bed. So let's say a designer comes by, wants to direct the player to drive to the left. Jacob can simply move the assembly to the right, and everything...
And it auto-regenerate. That's fucking
to accommodate
crazy.
That change. Game design is iterative, so let's say the design...
There's actually no way. That is so fucking cool. Oh, man, making games is gonna be so much more possible. I'm just imagining like a team that consists of some 5 people will be able to make a game that looks just as good as a team that took like 700 people to make a few years ago. Think about that. That is... Oh, that is juicy.
The designer comes back, wants to give the player the choice of going left or right again. Jacob can simply move the assembly back over. Now, the artist who created this assembly also added some additional handles that Jacob can use to art direct where rock slides occur. Allows him to customize the piece a little bit more, make it a little easier for the Rivian to drive by.
Holy shit.
So we started by handcrafting that original part of the level to set the visuals and art direction for the entire piece.
That makes sense. And then he used some fucking AI shit to generate what it should be, matching the theme of what you build at the start.
And then built out procedural tools that allowed the team to create a much larger play space much more quickly. Now let's see how we can use these procedural tools.
Fuck. You know, my thumbnails, I only have a few. I've got a few reaction faces. One that's like them, you know, the one that's smiling. A few that are laughing where I go, and some where I go. I really need a face that goes, because I don't have a reaction face to show how fucking insane this is. I'm gonna have to do a whole new fucking photo shoot just for this video.
To make larger sweeping changes to the environment. So Jacob, let's start by removing some of the trees in this area.
Absolutely, that's easy enough actually.
All right, a little too much.
Yeah,
Let's add some trees back in.
Okay.
And let's also add in some cliff formation.
Ah, fuck. Okay, I wish we could zoom in on YouTube. I know you can zoom in on the phone, but we'd have to be watching in like 4K too. Ah, fuck. I wish they dropped this in higher quality, man. That's sad.
And give it a little bit more variability. So the procedural systems are all deterministic.
So this was all... This is not pre-programmed, right? They don't just have 2 presets for the environment. They're straight up going into the program and going, oh yes, I want the tree density lower, and I want rocks more. And it just goes and fucking does it for you.
Let's add some trees back in.
Okay.
And let's also add in some cliff formation, give it a little bit more variability. So the procedural systems are all deterministic. As Jacob
I actually have a headache right now.
Sets of input parameters. Once he finds a set that he likes, he can always go back to it and get out exactly the same results. And the procedural systems aren't just placing trees and rocks, but also dog cards, bugs, birds, everything that's needed to bring this environment to life.
It does the whole environment.
Everything that you've seen here works at scale. This environment is...
So you just need to give it a sample size of small, relatively, right? something a single artist could do within a couple of weeks or months. I don't know. It depends, obviously, on a lot of things. And then you let the fucking procedural generation plus a little bit of, you know, manual tweaking do the work and create environments of this size. And again, we're watching this all render in real time. Remember that. I bet this thing is also using the one of the tech demos I watched a couple ages ago, but didn't react to, where they showed off how leaves of the trees in the background would be able to reduce their polygon count very like smoothly, invisibly.
If we hide all of the procedural elements, we can see that original hand-built area about 200 meters by 200 meters. We believe
this is
that there will always be the need for hand-building environments, so we designed these procedural systems to be tools for artists that work in concert with hand-built content.
Yeah, exactly. So you're always gonna have someone. You're always gonna need someone to build that initial environment, because the system needs to have something to go off of. Maybe like 100 years down the line, you'll be able to even manually input, just write some text. I want the initial environment to be this kind of style, but you still need some level of input for the start. And then it just goes and fucking... This is...
content. Both substrate and the new procedural
I have no words.
will be available in experimental form.
I'm so glad we decided to react to this.
And everything you see procedural tools will be available in experimental form in 5.2.
You'll just be able to go mess around with this shit already. This is not like this is not like something that they'll drop 50 years later. It's possible to go mess around with this the moment they drop the patch. I don't know if it's been 4 weeks, maybe they've dropped it already. No fucking way. This might be the craziest thing we've reacted to yet. And we've watched some internet historian videos, so this says a lot, right? Internet, if you've seen his videos, fuck me, this is sick. This just has me so hyped up for the future of playing games. There's a lot of doomer videos out on the internet where they're like, oh man, the future of gaming, it's all fucked. I like to watch those as well because it's entertaining to see what people think is going on. But this gives me hope. These guys are the ones that give me hope. Holy shit. Insane. Okay, guys. Go check out this video. Give it a whirl. Like my comment, because I think that's really fucking funny if you go into their video just to like my comment. There's something comedic about that. Hit up my main channel. I don't make that many videos there. One's coming out in a few months. So I guess subscribe for that for the future. Subscribe to this channel as well, because I'm assuming this was fun, just as fun for you as it was for me. You know, you never know when we're gonna react to something just as crazy as this again. You don't want to miss it, do you? So subscribe, right? All right, that's all the plugin done. The link to this video that I just watched then will be in the description, by the way. Just so don't worry about that. Just scroll down. First thing you'll see. Alrighty, that's everything. Has me fucking hyped up as hell. All right, see ya. Bye. Yeah.